All right, so as you guys can see, I have started to film class, and I will put it up on YouTube for you guys to access if you're on vacation. So it's just another free resource for you guys because the virtual library from the YMCA is like not accessible to people anymore. So this is a practice for me because I have body dysmorphia, right? And we know this from also like when we hear our voice externally, right? When we play an answering machine back and it sounds different than we perceive ourselves. And so we might also have this experience of dysmorphia in terms of relating to what's happening in the larger world, right? So we know shit's hitting the fan, and then we might also feel okay in our reality, or we might not feel okay, or we might have some combination of all of those things going on, and to kind of be able to grapple with that both and piece of being alive. And so we might also experience that in the aging process, right? Like we got sold this story of how it might look, and we might be having a different experience of it. We might actually feel good, healthy, strong, and we might also be experiencing some sort of other shift in our reality. So, a way to deal with grappling with what's going on. I have two suggestions today. Okay, one is to sign the petition to save the old growth forest, which has like another week or so before that goes into limbo, and that's really easy, and that's local for us. The second thing is to go try and find all the pophams in your garden. I don't know what they're really called, but you guys know those white things that if you let it go to seed, it pops a million seeds out. So yeah. So if you need something to set yourself to do, some of you guys may know I'm from Great Falls, Montana, which is like the Chicago of the West. And so, long story short, it's windy. It has always been windy. It's windy. So you would be dismayed to find out when I called my dad to have our weekly chat about the wind, that he failed to mention to me that, which I already knew, on Sunday, the wind blew the entire roof off of my elementary school, the whole thing, and then insulation snowed through the entire town. Very moopy, but so that is, we're talking about chit chat, right? So I normally talk to my dad about the wind, and then I'm like, you just left out the biggest thing. So we're talking about asking good questions and trying to develop our practice so it physically supports us and so that it also energetically supports us. So finding the things that help you feel free in your heart, able to soften, able to feel strong and supported in your body. Today, not to ruin the surprise, we're working on half moon and revolved half moon, and we're gonna build up to that. So, and my feet were sore, my glutes are sore. We're working on glute minimus and medius, and that is, on the leg that we're standing on. It has to also be strong and long to support us in balancing and lifting up there. So it's okay if you're a little bit sore after class. All right, so let's tune in and we'll get going. Find your seat, continue to settle if you need to, find your breath. start to check in with your body. Maybe taking your deepest breaths of the day. You can always use that exhale out the mouth, cleansing breath to just really let things go. So just holding whatever's present in the moment for you, letting it arise, trying to support it with the breath, support it with loving awareness, and then if and when it's ready to gently release or transition, letting it shift or move. If it feels comfy, you can close down the eyes, otherwise sending the gaze to the tip of the nose. And then feeling and calling into your felt senses what it would feel like at the end of class after you've had a balanced, energizing class in a really yummy shavasana, how you would leave walking out of the room. So letting that start to tune our intention for our practice, for how we want to move, and then also connecting our thoughts and how we're thinking about ourself and our engagement with our movement practice, with our exercise practice, and how we might want that to feel. And then tuning into any other intentions that you have, any people, places, things you would like to send loving, healing energy to. And then when you're ready, bring the hands up to the heart, start to rub the hands, taking another couple rounds of deep breath. And then bringing the hands to stillness, feeling that warmth, maybe feeling that energy between the palms. Really press the palms together. Take another breath of gratitude. And then releasing the head, send the arms straight up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, slide them back down to the heart. Turn the hands out. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Turn up, inhale up. Exhale down, last one, turn forward, press forward, inhale, exhale back to center, inhale up and release the hands, float them down, turn the palms up, inhale, float up, reach nice and wide, exhale, float down, hold the belly in and up, inhale, reach, exhale, last time. Inhale up, exhale, cactus. Moving from here. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. One more round like that. And then gently start to rotate. So keep that engagement in the belly, in the pelvic floor, adding stabilization, rotating through the upper body. And then back to center, exhale, relax the arms, roll out the shoulders, shake out the wrists. Okay, and then we're gonna gently pull the fingertips back, take a few rounds of breath here, maybe a little wiggle side to side, getting us ready to go into tabletop and down dog, coming up, and then a little bend into the elbow, a little twist of the heel out, a little rotate of the entire upper body here. Okay, and then relax that hand, shake it out. Notice if you feel a difference from side to side. Pull the fingertips back, press long through your arm. Try and bring it up overhead as much as you can. Take a breath here. Bend into the elbow, slide it down. Spin the heel of your hand out. You can explore different directions. Rotate the upper body, breathe. And then come back to center, let that go. Roll the shoulders And then let's roll up to tabletop, maybe starting with a child's pose. Maybe just a little rock forward, backward, knees wide, press back. Find your breath here, send awareness into the hips, into the glutes. And then inhaling, rolling back up to tabletop, warming up the wrists, circling, rocking side to side, pedaling the hands, gently walking fingertips back around towards the toes. Okay, so we just did this seated. Now we're gonna do it again from tabletop. Try and do a little bend into your elbows. Okay, and then turn your head, turn your shoulders from side to side. And then slowly, gently unwind back to tabletop. Shake it out. Feel the pressure move through the arms. Right hand's gonna be our strong hand to start. Left hand's gonna reach forward. Sweep it forward and backwards a few times. As you go back, you might half bend, turn the palm up behind the back. Come forward, turn the palm to the back of the head, maybe to the ears. Okay, and then let's slow it down. So next time you come down, stay here in half bind. If you can't half bind, it's just at the hip. Find your breath here. Lift your belly up a little bit. Engage the belly, good. Find your breath, a little wiggle of the elbow, a little rock of the chin from side to side, releasing through the neck muscles. If it feels okay for your neck, really turn and look to the right. And then unwind that left hand, shake it out, set it down, changing sides. Right arm reaches forward, sweep forward and back. And then maybe a little bit deeper, tap the back of the head, tap the low back. Next time you come down, stay here, settle in behind the back, find your breath, a little wiggle of the chin, and then if and when you're ready, look to the left, look over your shoulder, breathe into your right neck, and then slowly unwind that right arm, knees wide, press back to child's pose. Arms might come by your side, they might interlace behind your back. And then inhaling back up to tabletop when you're ready, moving into cat-cow. So parallel the knees again. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Exhale, scoot the tailbone around the back. So trying to feel into, as we drop the belly, how can we keep it strong as we lengthen? Adding variation when you're ready, side to side, circling the head, wiggling the tail, opening and closing the mouth. Right. And then back to center, shift forward to half plank. Find your breath here, a little rock of the hips from side to side. Okay, back to center. Shift back, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Pedal, shake, wiggle, twist, jump, hop, float. You can bend one knee at a time, bend both knees at a time, bend one elbow a little bit, bend both elbows. And then walk the fingertips back towards the toes, forward fold. Stay in head, sway side to side, come in and out a couple times. Think like a little baby cobra, lift with the head and neck, lower back down. And then back to center, halfway lift on your inhale. A little bit bigger lift and fold. With your breath, lengthen out. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center, sweep them right back up. Exhale, sink to chair. Sweep the arms from side to side here. And then change direction. Okay, come back to chair. Lift one foot. Try and stand up, straighten the other leg. Toe might come down. Okay, bend back down, change sides. Lift the foot, straighten the leg. Let it go. Okay, shake it out. Widen twist. We're gonna do totally twisted today. Okay, so coming back to center when you're ready. Okay, so left foot is stepping over the right. You can always widen your stance. You can bend your knees to get more of a foundation. Left hand goes under the armpit. Right hand goes to the left shoulder. Wrap and hug. And then twist the body to the right. Twist the head to the left. Stick your tongue in your left cheek. Breathe through your nose, in and out 3 times. And try and just tune into where the pressure wants to go. Okay, relax the tongue in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times. Twist the body a little bit more to the right. Head a little bit more to the left. Keep breathing. Okay, 3-part inhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Sip, sip, sip. Hold it. Full exhale out the mouth. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold, exhale. Last one on this side. 3 parts. Inhale, strong. Inhale, inhale. Push the air into the belly. Hold it. Exhale, slowly. Keep your hands, keep your feet. Rotate back through center. Okay? Twist the body to the left. Twist the head to the right. Tongue in the right cheek. Breathe through your nose, in and out 3 times. Body to the left, head to the right. One more round of breath here. The tongue's adding pressure in the head region. Release the tongue, in and out through the nose. Really strong breath here to prepare to go to that 3-part inhale. We're almost done on this side. When you're ready, inhale, 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 hold. Maybe you can get one more little inhale at the top. Full exhale. Twist the body a little more left. Head right. Inhale, 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 hold. Full exhale. Last one. Hold. Exhale, slowly come back through center. Let it go. Walk it out. Move around. Shake it out. Feel the change in temperature. So one thing that we can look at, Skelly, I'm saying that he's on winter vacation. We don't know where Skelly is, but when we look at the arms and the legs, they're very similar. So really big bone in the upper shoulder, some of the biggest bones in our body, and then in like the forearm and the shin, we have 2 bones in the legs and the arms. And there's a little bit of rotation that happens below the knee and the elbow. So the elbow and the knee are hinge joints. So they don't have that rotation, which is not true, but for the sake of this conversation. And so when we stand, we might feel it go into the different joints because we are twisting our tube of toothpaste. And so just noticing where you feel it, and then if it's different on this other side. So now, right foot's crossing over the left. Right hand's going to the left armpit. Left hand's going to the shoulder. So we can, the easy way to remember this is right hand, right arm. Okay? Twist the body to the left, head to the right. Okay? Tongue in the right cheek, in and out through the nose 3 times. So I feel it go right back into my left kidney. Okay, relax your tongue in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times. Twist the body to the left, head to the right. Last one, 3-part inhale. Sit, hold, sip, hold, sip, hold. Fill up, contain that air. Exhale. Twice more. Hold, maybe 1 more sip. Exhale. Last one. Hold. Twist a little bit deeper. Full exhale. Slowly rotate back through center. Body to the right. Head to the left. This is the only fascial maneuver we're going to do today. Tongue in the left cheek. In and out through the nose. Yeah, it's okay if you pop out of it. That's all right. Okay, relax your tongue in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times. Almost there. We might feel the pressure move or shift as we stay. Twist a little bit more to the right with your shoulders. Head to the left. Sit, sit, sit. Hold, exhale. Last 2. Last one. Full exhale, slowly unwind back through center. Let it go, walk around, move around a little bit. Right, so it's sort of like we kink the hose, we put lots of water into it, and then we feel when it wants to do the silly goose. Okay, so make sure you have 1 block, and we're gonna bring that block with us. Okay, right leg is forward, left leg steps back into a lunge. We're gonna try and stay up on our back toes if we can. Block is in the left hand. Okay, and we're gonna bend it behind the back. We're not gonna have to switch just yet. Reach it up, bend it behind the head. 1 more time, reach up, bend it back. Okay, inhale, bring it forward, reach it forward. Lower it down, set your hand on the left block. Okay, here we're gonna slowly rock, maybe lift up and hold. This is a warrior 3 variation. Okay, lower the left foot down, bring the block with you, spiral up, roll the heel down, bring the block back to the left thigh. So I wanna lift my back thigh up into this block so that leg's going back. And then I'm gonna inhale, lean back, reach my right hand up. So this is trying to keep us long in both side bodies. Bend and straighten the front knee here. Warrior 2 leg, triangle leg. Okay. Bend back into the front knee. Lift up with the left hand. Bring the block up overhead to meet the right hand. Change hands. Block in the right hand, reach it forward. Bring the block to the right knee. So here's, depending on my size, I might change the height of the block. Okay, and I'm gonna try to press my elbow into the block so I'm not holding it with my hand. Because eventually this hand in theory is gonna go to the floor. Okay, so bend and straighten the front knee again. So triangle leg is that same leg for when we go to half moon. Okay, then back into your front knee, take the block out, back into your right hand, and reach that right hand down inside the right foot, tap the block, bring it back up, tap outside the right foot. Okay. Okay, figure out which one feels better for your body, and then straighten your front leg. So we're in triangle. Okay, press into the block, try and lengthen out through your right side body. Okay, and then bend into the knee, bring your block up, pivot forward, turn your back toes. Okay, block is in both hands. So we're in warrior one. Bend the block behind the head, re-extend. Twice more, bend back and hold. Okay, lift your elbows, pull the block into the back of your head, lean back with your head, lift your heart up towards the sky. Unwind the block, press it forward, lift, hop, float the back foot. Inhale up to standing, lift your left knee up and let it go. Okay, shake it out. Okay, left foot is forward. Right foot is back. Okay, block in the right hand. Bend it behind the head. You might have by your other arm. Eventually they might full bind. Re-extend, bend it behind. Okay, sweep it up. Set the block down. Hop the back leg up and hold. Maybe you walk the block forward. Warrior three. This is where we build to our revolved half moon. Okay, set your right foot down. Bring the block, roll open. Warrior two. Block to the right leg. Lift that right thigh towards the back of the room so we're strong in our back leg. Lean back with your top arm, left arm up to the sky. Unwind to warrior two. Rainbow the block up and over to your left hand. Unwind back to warrior two. Block comes to the left thigh. So then I'm bringing my elbow onto the block so that my arm and my side body are straight and long. Bend and straighten the front knee any amount. We're going from side angle to triangle. Okay, inhale, come back up. Block into the left hand, and then reach down inside and outside the left foot. So some of us, it might feel better to have it outside of the leg, some inside. So feel into it, you might try both, and then set the block, and then straighten your front leg for a triangle. So having this block keeps our torso, keeps our side body nice and long so that we don't get to collapse through the ribs and the belly. Okay, bend back into that front knee. Come up. Block is in both hands. Roll onto the toes if you want to. Bend behind the head. Bend and stay. Pull the block into the head. This is where we get our strong neck, shoulders for headstand. Unwind, shift it forward. Hold it, lift, float to warrior three. Lift the block up. Lift your right knee up. Exhale, let it go. Okay, set the block aside for a second and then let's try it without the block. So right leg is forward. Left leg steps back, spin the heel down. Okay, pivot forward, warrior one, send the arms up, and then pivot open, warrior two. flowing back and forth from there so we feel into the hips. Warrior one, warrior two, take your time. Okay, pivot forward to warrior one. And then twist to the right, okay? Left hand starts to reach down towards the floor. And then try and straighten your right leg, pull your right hip back. Bend and straighten the knee a few times. Yeah, so that's the strength and that rotation, okay? Come on up. Ooh, open up, warrior two, lean back, reverse. Open that hip up, psoas, TFL. Bend and straighten the front knee a few times. Okay, unwind to warrior two. We're gonna bring our hands to prayer position to keep the shoulders out of it. And then we're gonna start to hinge over our front legs. So lean like you're gonna tap your right elbow to your knee. And then also roll your left shoulder open. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, let that go. Okay, so now we're gonna take our right hand, like imagining we have that block, but we're just gonna slide and reach. So bend into your right knee, arm slides out like it's gonna eventually reach to the floor. Okay, and then rotate, come back up, pivot forward. Left hand to the right shoulder. Right arm wraps. So we get Garudasana, left arm's in the inside. Hook the elbows, bend into your front knee. Lean back. Find your breath here. Exhale, fold inside of your right knee. Inhale, lift up, lean back. Any amount, strong through that back left leg. Fold inside the knee. Last one, inhale up, lean back. Come back to neutral in your torso, rotate to the side. Okay, rotate open, warrior two, open it up. Last time, drop the back hand back, reverse, lean back. Okay, straighten the front leg. Unwind the arms. Go all the way over to triangle. Okay, and then bend into the front knee. Hop, float, back foot lifts. We're not doing full half moon, but just little side star. And then step up to standing. Let that go. Okay, let's see if I can remember all of those things on the left side. Step the foot back. Heels down, bend into the front knee. Pivot to the side and forward. So you feel if you have crunchiness, keep the bend in the front knee so we have the strength and we're getting the rotation into those little guys in the hips. Come back forward. Send the arms up, warrior one. Pivot open, warrior two. Drop the back hand back, reverse, lean back. Straighten the front leg, feel the length in your side body. Bring the arms back forward. Keep this length and reach to triangle. So it's the same thing as triangle leg to go to half moon. Bend into the front knee. Come back up, warrior two. Pivot back forward, warrior one. Okay, hands to prayer position. Rotate to the left. Keep the length in your right side body. Imagining the right elbow taps, left shoulder rolls open. Lengthen both sides of the torso. It doesn't matter if your elbows can get to your knee. Okay, come back to center, open back up, straighten up, lean back. Coming back up, warrior two. This time, right hand to the shoulder, left hand wraps underneath Garudasana arms. Okay. Inhale here, exhale, fold inside your left knee. Inhale, lift up, lean back, baby back bend. Exhale, round and fold inside the leg. Inhale, lift up, lean back, last one. Okay, inhale up, rotate forward and backwards a few times. Feel into your lower shoulders, rib cage, and then unwind, open the arms. Straighten the front leg. Hinge out to triangle, micro bend in your left knee. Okay, and then a little hop float with that back foot to baby side star. Okay, and then set it back down. Okay, and then twist, lift up, set the right foot up, and let it go. Okay, we're bringing, let's go to the floor for a minute. Then we'll bring the block back in. Okay, I'm going to show you my favorite way to do revolved half move. Okay, so hug the knees in, roll down onto your back. Have a mini Shavasana moment. Rock it out. Right, so I guess part of the being human is the contrast. And so it's like, oh, I forgot how nice this beautiful flat floor is. Okay, release the feet to the mat when you're ready. Rock the knees from side to side. Okay, and then legs are gonna go long and we're gonna hug the left knee into the chest. Left knee. Just so you don't kick your neighbor in the face when we go. Okay, so little circle of the ankle here. And then start to half fan out towards tree pose. The left knee goes in and out a few times. So this is external rotation in the hips. Okay, and then bring it across your body to the right, come into a twist. Maybe right hand finds the left knee, maybe left arm opens and moves around a little bit. Okay, our right leg is long if we can. Kick out through your right heel. Yeah, and then kick out through your left leg. So you could imagine that I can take my right hand, maybe grab my toe, maybe grab my shin. We don't have to grab our foot here because we're laying on the ground. But opposite, yeah. And so we're just the legs straight. We're in revolved half move. So it's a deep, big twist. Okay, let's slowly unwind out of that. Send the left leg long underneath the right. And then just breathe here for a moment. Notice if the legs feel like they're different lengths. Okay, and then right knee hugs in. Circle the ankle a few times. Open and close the knee out to the right. So to be able to open, right, the adductors in the groin have to be able to stretch and stay strong. And the glutes have to be able to tighten and stand tall. Okay, knee across the body to the left into a twist. Okay, settle here for a moment. Extend that right arm. Move it around, reach it long. And then strong in my left leg like I'm standing on it. Kick out through the right leg any amount when you're ready. You don't have to grab your toe or anything, just straighten your leg any amount.
Next time, let's do this with a strap.
Okay. Yeah, the strap adds support. Yeah, and you don't have to grab it here when we're laying down, but you do have to use muscle effort. Okay, unwind, back onto the back, both legs long. Rest. Wiggle the toes from side to side, let the legs decompress. Okay, and then a couple rounds of bridge, bending the knees, bringing the knees back onto the mat. Start with a little cat-cow in the tailbone, and then when you're ready, curl, lift. So this is another great one because we're long in the front of the hips, but we're still using the glutes to stay strong. So this is the start of that felt sense that we want when we move into these standing poses. Lower down when you're ready. Soles of the feet might come together, butterfly, open up. And then find your breath. Take a moment to check back in, slow down. Bridge round 2 when you're ready. Walk the feet back onto the mat. You might add block between the thighs. You might add a version with the arms moving in a different direction. Stay strong here, maybe lifting the heels, lifting the toes. Notice how that engages different muscle groups. Find that steady breath. And when you've had enough, lower down, roll down, rest at the bottom. You might walk the feet out to the edge of your mat, knees might rest together, might go long. Okay, round 3 might be supported bridge with the block. It might be full wheel. It might be some other in-between variation. So last time, feet onto the mat, spread the toes, root down, squeeze the butt, arch the back, lift the hips. You might send one or both legs to the sky or out in front of you. So we could see here that as we send one leg to the sky and the other leg's pushing on the ground, this is also that strong lift and reach that we need. Okay, when you've had enough and you've balanced out both sides, relax. If you're still working on it, that's okay. Take your time. You guys know the longer you take, the less crazy stuff we have to do. Okay. Lower down when you're ready, full rest. Slide the block out. Let's go to figure 4, crossing one ankle over the other thigh. A little rock side to side here. This could be enough for your hips. Maybe you want to hook behind the opposite thigh. Maybe you want to straighten the bottom leg. Maybe you want to curl your head up. And then if you want to twist towards that top foot, you could do that. Reach for the toes, twist, and then unwind. Take a moment to transition before going to the other side. Okay, rock side to side. Maybe that same hand tractions the knee away from you. When you're hooking behind the thighs, maybe you try changing the cross of the fingers to the uncomfortable side. You might curl your head, you might straighten your bottom leg, you might hold the top foot, warming up your cold toes, maybe twisting, eventually imagining how we can go to arm balance. To the other side. Okay, and then unwind, let it go. Legs long, let the arms open, turn the palms up to the sky. Okay, and then we're gonna hug the knees in and we're gonna gently rock and roll up to seated. Okay, so we're gonna bend one knee in and plant the foot on the floor. I'm gonna take my opposite arm to wrap and hug that knee and try and sit up tall. So tall spine, long in both side bodies as much as we can maintain. Okay, take your other arm, sweep it maybe to cactus, maybe it goes long behind us. Okay, unwind, come back forward. That arm comes inside your foot, so same arm. I might grab my shin. Yep, same arm inside. I'm gonna grab maybe my big toe. And this is where I might kick out to standing. Other arm can support. Press your heart up to the sky. Maybe eventually this arm would do something similar and it would cactus reach. Okay, and then we come forward, give it a break, let that knee open, wiggle, move. Forward, fold over your bent leg. Okay, so that was half moon-ish. Same side, bend that knee back in. Okay, we could wrap, hug. The other thing I could do is grab with my opposite arm. Anywhere on the leg. This is where I might also use my strap to straighten. I might support myself and just breathe here. Twist in the body. Breathe, relax your face. Exhale, let it go. Okay, open up to butterfly for a moment. Feel the difference between the hips. Rock side to side. Okay, and then change your legs. Send your other leg out. Bend, plant inside. So this gives us that space to twist our torso. Wrap opposite arm around your knee. Hug in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Turn and look over your back shoulder. This could be enough. And then maybe that back arm, cactuses, starts to open and reach, staying strong in your heart. Okay, and then unwind. Same arm comes inside. So this is what we did when we folded in when we were in our lunge. So I might just fold in and that could be enough. I might grab the leg anywhere and then maybe lift. And then I maybe start to kick out and straighten any amount. I'm more worried about the straightness in my spine. Okay, let that go, sole to the other leg, fold forward. Inhale, come up, bend that knee back in. So I might twist and rotate. I might hold with my opposite hand. Gently kicking out. Maybe back hand lifts any amount. It might just be fingertips on the floor, helping us lift our heart up to the sky. Maybe it reaches, beautiful. Exhale, let it go. Okay, a little baby wide leg forward fold seated, and then we'll get up and do it standing. So this leg position is half moon leg position, right? One foot's on the floor, one foot's up in the air. Okay, so pin forward, forward fold, reach. And it's also this long side body as we forward fold to hypothetically reach towards the ground. Nice and easy coming out of that. Make your way up. Okay. So as you know, we don't have enough wall space here, but I hope you do try it at the wall sometime. Okay, so I might take both of my blocks if I have 2 blocks. So we're going first to half moon. So right foot forward. I'm in a like gentle warrior 2 position. Hands appropriate amount in front of me. Blocks are appropriate amount to reach to balance on the block. So from warrior 2, change your angle, hand to the block, back leg lifts. Okay, beautiful. Come back up. Lower that back foot down. Pivot square like we're in warrior 1. You might change so now your opposite hands go into this block. So opposite hand of the block, warrior 3 to start. Okay, and then what we just did with our twist the torso just a little bit to the other side. Yeah, ooh, maybe the arm goes eventually. And then let it go. Okay, so changing sides. So our left foot's forward unless you did the other side, and you know who you are. So a nice distance to be able to just, and we might start with just a bend tap. This is pick up groceries. Grab the grocery bag. Lift, turn your hips towards the mirror wall, press into that bottom hand so that the left side body stays long. We can leave the top arm out of it if it's too much. Beautiful, let it go. Okay, we are in warrior 1, lunge pose. Right hand is going to the block. Okay, float to warrior 3. Start with that and then twist your left shoulder, twist your heart to the left, any amount. Keep lifting your right leg up. Woo! Okay, beautiful, let it go. All right, let's step wide on our mat for wide leg forward fold. Hinge out of your hips. Round and release down, a little side to side here. And then back to center fold, let gravity drop your head towards the floor, shake out the head. And then back to center, heels go the feet in a little bit, curl, roll up. Sink back down into goddess, bend your knees, turn your toes out, hands on the thighs, and roll your shoulders in. Okay, back to center, straighten, parallel, forward fold again. Maybe you grab the shins, maybe you grab the edges of the foot. Again, this is our being able to reach the floor while we're standing to go into these balance poses. And back to center. Bend into the knees. Heel roll up. Turn the toes out. Sink back into goddess. Send your arms out. Grab your beach ball. Thumbs leading, figure 8. Let the gaze follow along. Pause, reverse. Pinkies go together. You can always hold your block to help the brain get that motion. Back to center, open up, carrying plates. rotate. And then we're gonna have a food fight. Throw a pie at me. Whipped cream. Okay, yeah, let it go. Come back down onto your back. Okay, feel into what final stretches feel good for your body. Maybe another twist. Happy baby. Shoulders stand. Legs up. Maybe heart opener with your block. Putting layers on. You know, I'm always personally amazed when you think it can't get harder. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then hopefully it gets easier. And then a thank you breath to your body. Giving it permission to relax. Starting to settle into whatever resting pose feels good for you. That might shift. So for a few moments, directing your awareness to notice where it feels easy to soften, easy to settle, what parts of the body feel relaxed and spacious. And noticing if there's some spots that take a little bit longer. No judgment. So imagining that we are a glass of our favorite refreshing beverage in the summer that has a couple ice cubes in it. And so that favorite thing that's so yummy, how does that deliciousness feel in our experience? And then noticing as the ice cubes start to melt. And there's always one ice cube that is the last to melt, and that's okay. Starting with the rest of this delicious beverage, starting with what's going good in our body, what's healthy, and letting that inform the other pieces that might be carrying something else. Every breath softening just a little bit more. Any amount. Maybe even imperceivable. gently. Starting with reconnecting with your breath. Letting that create ripples of continued relaxation. Letting that ripple radiate out. Reaching the fingers and toes, crown of the head.